Welcome back. You're watching Roundtable, and we are speaking to Mr. Udaya De Silva, and he is the Secretary General of the Federation for the Information Technology Industry Sri Lanka, FITIS. So, Mr. De Silva, you can also touch on the primary initiatives taken by FITIS, especially in terms of applying IT and increasing the knowledge in Sri Lanka, the initiatives that you didn't touch upon before and you wanted to mention.
Yes, the initiatives taken by FITIS and the government towards achieving this goal of reaching the whatever the billions of US dollar export revenue, as I said, need to have Sri Lankan information technology industry base very solidly built. Towards this, there are government sector and the private sector, both these sectors. Now, the government sector initiatives using IT in the government organizations and making the e-society, there are various activities happening through the government and the ICT agency, like e-driver license and e-revenue licenses, all that. That is basically helping the society and building the e-society. That will show the entire world that Sri Lanka is a very IT savvy and IT literate country. Like if I have cited this example sometime in many other forums. You go to one of the international offices, maybe perhaps the World Bank office, Sri Lanka. The pictures you see is all our poor farmers, poor children, rising. We don't put, our heavy, work pictures in any of those places. Somebody riding on a bicycle. Always, Sri Lanka has been portrayed as a poor nation. Maybe we are not rich in those terms, but our technology usage, what we do, has to be shown to the world. So then only people will think, oh, this is a country to invest for IT business. That is why we had to have this infrastructure done. E-societies. Now, the nanosalars and things are helping building, making people literate. And e-government projects, which are done by ICT agency, are also building information technology projects. Similarly, from the federation side, we are, as I said, we are doing these various exhibitions. Basically, the Infotel exhibition, which is the flagship IT event of the country, and the entire country knows about it. And the career guidance programs, which will help the students and the parents to know what this is. And all these programs will help grow the information technology industry usage and awareness, which will be seen by the external world that this country is a country good for IT investment, and the people who are coming into the country will see and they will make references. That is very important, and is basically the evolving around the e-society. So that I believe that's in a nutshell, that's what I got to say.
Very briefly, just one question. What is the e-government project?
Well, that is a subject out of my scope, but that is subject within ICT agency. But I would say e-government project in a very broad definition is to make sure all or most possible government organizations are brought under IT usage, and people, the general community interacting with those organizations will use the information technology. For example, I think one of the recent launches were the revenue license for motor vehicles, where you can, using your computer, obtain your revenue license without I don't have to go and wait in the Pradesh Sabha for in queues. So those are basically some examples of e-government which are done by the government authorities.
So the examples that you talked about, which comes under e-society and the initiatives taken by the government. Okay, so Mr. Udaya De Silva, to sum up, it was a very interesting discussion which gave us an overview of the IT industry, and we spoke about the potential of the IT industry, because if the 50%, around 50% is untapped in the world market when it comes to IT BPO, there's actually a lot of opportunity. And And what he said was it's extremely important to put the basis right in Sri Lanka in terms of rural connectivity, IT literacy, and actually becoming experts and getting the high literacy rate, which is important to become IT literate society. And that is where the e-society comes, e-strategy of the government comes, and e-initiatives comes, and that is helped and supported by the FITISH, the federation, where Mr. Udaya De Silva is the Secretary General. And the most important thing is that Sri Lanka wants to hit a target of about, you said
$1 billion.
US dollars 1 billion, around that revenue. So that is, it's important to be a revenue earner, a forex earner. Right now in Sri Lanka, IT industry comes in the 5th place, but we can be a forex earner where IT industry revenues become coming to the 1st place or so. And when that happens, we will also increase the employment workforce. As of now, it will be around 40,000. It will definitely go to around 150,000 by the 2015 or so. So in terms of skill task force, and also in terms of application and software development, and also where the other countries can come and set up their development centers inside the country, it's a two-way process and it's a two-way communication. And for that, what he said was, we have to show the world that we are becoming IT literate, and infrastructure wise we're stabilizing. So whatever the measures that are being implemented will be demonstrated to the world, and that is what is FIT is doing, and the strategies that are implemented. Thank you very much, Mr. De Silva, for giving us this information tonight at the Roundtable. And thank you for watching Roundtable tonight. Have a lovely night.